Hi children, welcome to grade 6 English and today we are going to revise our chapter 3, The Daffodils. Let us recall our poem, The Daffodils. First we are going to see buzzwords. In your concept book, all of you take page number 33 and first one is wander, to walk slowly around the place. Vale, valley, that is a space between two mountains. Third one, fluttering, a quick light movement made by a person or a thing. Fluttering. And fourth one, sprightly, full of life and energy. Fifth one, outdo, surpass. That means better than something. That we call it as outdo. Sixth one is glee, a feeling of happiness. Glee, a feeling of happiness. And seventh one, jocund, that is cheerful. Jocund, cheerful or joyful. And eighth one, pensive, thinking deeply about something because one is sad. When you are very sad, you will be thinking very deeply about something, that we call it as pensive. Ninth one, bliss, extreme happiness. 10th one, solitude, state of being alone, that is loneliness. Children, I hope you are clear with all the buzzwords. Now we are moving on to our poem, The Daffodils. And in this poem, William Wordsworth have narrated the entire scene of a host of daffodils. Once he wandered lonely as a cloud that floats on high over valleys and hills. And during that time, all at once he saw a crowd of golden daffodils beside the lake and beneath the trees. And he saw them fluttering and dancing in the breeze. And it looks like the stars that shine and twinkle on the Milky Way. And they stretched in never-ending line along the bank of the lake. And 10,000 he saw at a glance, tossing their heads in sprightly dance. They were dancing and tossing their heads in breeze. And the waves beside them in the lake, they also danced. But these host of golden daffodils outdid the sparkling waves in glee. A poet could not think about anything or could not do anything but be gay, that is, be joyful or cheerful in such a pleasurable company of that beautiful flowers. He gazed and gazed, but little thought had come to his mind. That is, what wealth and how much happiness this beautiful flowers had brought in my mind. And when on his couch he lies down on his couch in a vacant or in pensive mood. He was thinking about lot of things and being sad, he was sitting on the couch. And many beautiful memories, thoughts and incidents came upon through that inward eye. And he thought that is the bliss of solitude, that is the happiness of being alone. And then his heart was filled with so much pleasure and happiness and dances with the daffodils. His heart started dancing with the daffodils. And this poem is written by William Wordsworth. And after seeing such a scenic beauty of the host of daffodils, I hope you are clear with all the stanzas in this poem, The Daffodils. Yes, children? Yeah. And what we have learned in this poem, companionship is very important. It always gives us pleasure and joy. When we are having a beautiful company, it may be a friend or family or whoever it may be, when you are having a beautiful companion with you, you will always feel happy and pleasure in your heart. And it is very helpful for us in our difficult times to share and to be happy with them. And I hope you are clear with the poem and its moral, children. Yeah. And now we are moving on to our concept connection. And in chapter 3, we have learned adverbs. As you all know, adverbs are words or phrases that modify the meaning of an adjective, verb, or another adverb. It always expresses manner, place, time, or degree. He drives carefully. How he drives? He drives carefully. She eats slowly. How she eats? She eats slowly. And simple adverbs. Simple adverbs are used to modify or add to the meaning of a verb, an adjective, or another adverb. For example, I can barely think about it. Rohit ran fast. How he can think? He can barely think. How he ran? He ran fast. Interrogative adverbs. Interrogative adverbs are used to ask questions. Why, where, how, and when are some such interrogative adverbs. They are usually placed at the beginning of the question. And these interrogative adverbs are of 4 different types. Adverbs of time. The adverbs of time is it asks question related to time. Okay, and for example, when will you finish cleaning your cupboard? How long will it take for you to reach the station? These are interrogative adverbs of time. And interrogative adverbs of place. These are used to ask questions related to place. Where are you from? Where do you live? And third one is interrogative adverbs of number. These adverbs are used to ask questions related to a number or quantity of something. How many people will be there for the tree plantation drive? How often do you visit your grandparents? And last one is interrogative adverbs of manner. How a particular thing happened. That we call it as interrogative adverbs of manner. When you are asking questions related to how something happened. For example, how did the accident happen? How was the match? These are all the examples of interrogative adverbs of manner. And next one is position of adverbs. In position of adverbs, we are having 4 different types. First one is adverbs of manner. How a particular thing happened. These adverbs of manner always answer the question how. And these adverbs are placed after the verb or the object in the sentence. For example, he drove the car carefully. It is raining heavily. How did he drive the car? Carefully. How is it raining? Heavily. And next one, adverbs of place. These provide information on where something happens. Adverbs of place are here, there, behind, above, etc. Okay, and these adverbs of place are placed after the verb or the object in the sentence. For example, I did not see him here. He stayed behind. And last one is adverbs of time. These provide information on when something happens. Adverbs of time are recently, now, then, yesterday, tomorrow, etc. For example, I will tell you the story tomorrow. I saw him just yesterday. If the sentence is very normal, these adverbs of time will be placed at the end of a sentence. If the sentence is very big, they are placed at the beginning of a sentence. Clear, children? Yeah. And adverbs of frequency. These provide information on how often something happens. Adverbs of frequency are always, seldom, never, usually. Okay, which answer the questions how often, and they are placed between the subject and the verb in the sentence. For example, I often go swimming in the evening. I have never seen a tiger in my life. Okay, these are examples of adverbs of frequency. And next one is formation of adverbs. How adverbs are formed. Adverbs are usually made from adjectives by adding ly to it. For example, clever plus ly, cleverly. Wise plus ly, wisely. And in some cases, these adverbs remains the same as corresponding adjective. Here ly is not added. For example, late, late. The bus arrived late. When did the bus arrive? Late. Here late is an adverb. And in next sentence, I watched a late night film. Here late night film. So it is an adjective. Which film? Late night film. And second one is hard. It was a hard game. This first sentence have hard, and this hard describe the game. So it is an adjective. And they played hard. How they played? They played hard. So in second sentence, this hard is an adverb. Okay. Here you have to correct it, children. In second sentence, this hard is an adverb. It's not an adjective. You have to correct it in your concept book. Okay. Clear, children? Yes. And children, I hope you are clear with this chapter 3 poem and also concept connection. Prepare well for your chapter 3 assessment in your next session. Refer the concept book, workbook, classwork, and I will be giving material for chapter 3, and also I will be posting some sample worksheets. So you can refer in your Google Classroom and prepare well for your chapter assessment. It will be held on your next session. Clear, children? Yes. And stay home and stay safe. Drink more water. Eat healthy food. Reduce your screen time. Give adequate rest to your eyes. Clear? Yeah. And thank you so much, children.